everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 28th of October 2021. Starting with very first question. Which country received non-harmful nano-nitrogen liquid fertilizer from India to boost cultivation? So recently Sri Lanka has received the first consignment of 3.1 million liters high quality nano-nitrogen liquid fertilizer from India. So this will help Sri Lanka in the cultivation of maize and paddy. Actually, the country's president, Mr. Rajapaksa, had decided to impose a total ban on agrochemicals to make Sri Lankan farming 100% organic. And this decision to stop chemical fertilizer imports led to several protests among the farmers there. Okay. Now Sri Lanka was also in news because the 8th edition of India-Sri Lanka bilateral joint exercise called as Mitra Shakti was conducted from 4th October to 15th October 2021 at Ampara in Sri Lanka. Also last month, Sri Lanka had declared a state of emergency over food shortage after the private banks there ran out of foreign exchange to finance imports. Okay. Now apart from it, India has proposed to observe an International Year of Millets in the year 2023. And hence last month, Government of Chhattisgarh had launched Millet Mission with the objective of making the state a millet hub of India. And that's why 14 districts of Chhattisgarh have signed Memorandum of Understanding with Indian Institute of Millets to boost production of millets in their respective areas. Okay. Question number 2. Which Indian state conducts an annual state level sugarcane competition to award high yields? So every year the Uttar Pradesh state conducts this state level sugarcane competition to award the farmers for high yield per hectare. And the award is given in 4 categories named as ratoon, early plant, general plant and 4th is drip irrigation. So this year a farmer from western Uttar Pradesh has won this particular competition with a sugarcane yield of 2,635 quintals per hectare. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to inaugurate Kushinagar International Airport in UP and this is aimed to boost tourism on Buddhist circuit. Currently 2 international airports are operational in UP. First is Chaudhry Charan Singh Airport which is in Lucknow and second is Lal Bahadur Shastri International Airport. It is in Varanasi. Now this will be the 3rd international airport. Okay. Now apart from it, last month we have seen that 9 new judges of Supreme Court took oath of office at one go. So now the strength of Supreme Court judges has risen to 33, including Chief Justice of India, out of the sanctioned strength of 34. Okay. Also last month, central government has introduced 127th Constitutional Amendment Bill 2021 and the bill seeks to restore the power of state to make their own OBC list. Also Lok Sabha has passed Tribunals Reform Bill 2021 that seeks to abolish 9 appellate tribunals including FC, AT means Film Certification Appellate Tribunal, and all the pending cases before such tribunal or authority will be transferred to the commercial courts or high courts now. Okay. Question number 3. Who has been awarded the top EU Human Rights Prize, that is the Sakharov Prize for 2021? So imprisoned Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny has been awarded this particular prize, and the European Parliament has praised the 45-year-old activist's immense personal bravery. Actually, he was poisoned with a nerve agent last year and arrested and imprisoned, as he has campaigned consistently against the corruption of Russia's ruling government. Okay. Talking about some of the important awards, Global Leadership Award 2021 has been given to Shiv Nadar. Then 2021 Right Livelihood Award has been presented to Indian organization Life, and the 2021 Changemaker Award has been given to Fairouz Faiza, who is from Bangladesh. Then Global Goalkeeper Award 2021 has been conferred to Phumzile Lambo. Also, Kung Fu Nuns has been given UNESCO's Martial Arts Foundation Prize, and Dr. Randeep Guleria has been conferred with 22nd Lal Bahadur Shastri Award. And one last, the 2021 CK Prahalad Award has been given to the Microsoft team. Now you have to tell me who has been conferred with Satyajit Ray Award. Please write in the comments. Question number 4. Which institution released the 2021 Production Gap Report? So this has been released by the United Nations Environment Programme, and the report measures the gap between the government's planned production of coal, oil and gas and the global production levels that is consistent with meeting Paris Agreement limits. So as per the new report, governments plan to produce more than double the amount of fossil fuels in 2030 than the consistent level to limit the global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now apart from it, in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business report, under the construction permits category, India's rank jumped to 27th out of 190 nations from 181st rank last year. Also, Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry has recently announced that online building permission system, which has been implemented in about 2500 cities so far, will be made operational across all cities by March next year. And this will help in improving the ease of doing business in the country. Okay. Then apart from it, according to a new report released by climate tech startup Blue Sky Analytics, India is at the top in emissions that are related to crop burning. Also, India has been ranked at 71st position out of 113 countries in the Global Food Security Index 2021. Also, India has been ranked at 101 position in Global Hunger Index. Fine. Now you have to tell me what is the India's rank in Freedom on Net report. Please write in the comment section. Question number 5. Mount Aso, which erupted recently, is located in which country? Actually, this is the largest active volcano in Japan, and it is located in the island of Kyushu, and its peak is located nearly 1592 meters above sea level. Now why it is in news? Because recently it has been erupted, releasing a huge column of hot gas along with ash for over 3500 meters into the sky. Also, Japan's meteorological agency has raised alert level for the volcano to level 3 on a scale of 5 and asked the people not to approach the mountain. Now last month, Japan was also in news because of its one more volcano named as Fukutoku Okanobu. It is located at about 80 feet below the sea level, and there were expectations of its eruption. That's why it was in news. And talking about some more important volcanoes, first is Taal volcano. It is in Philippines. Then there is Mount Agung. It is in Indonesia. Merapi is also in Indonesia, and Mount Etna is in Italy. Then apart from it, Philanippon 2021 was recently held in Tokyo, Japan, and it is the World Stamp Exhibition. So this event is held every 10 years in Japan since 1971 to mark the foundation of postal service in Japan. And this year marked 150th anniversary of Japan's postal service. Okay. Also last month, India and Japan held their 6th Maritime Affairs Dialogue in virtual format, and the consultations involved exchanges on development in the maritime security threats and regional cooperation activities so as to maintain a cooperation between the two countries in the Indo-Pacific region. Question number 6. Which country is set to host its own Internet Governance Forum named as IGF? Actually, IGF is a multi-stakeholder platform which brings representatives together from various groups to discuss public policy issues related to the Internet. So the Indian government, along with National Internet Exchange of India and other stakeholders, has decided to host its own Internet Governance Forum in November this year. So the India Internet Governance Forum, that is IIGF, will recognize every citizen as a stakeholder and enable them to participate in policy dialogue and decision making. Now apart from it, our Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has launched a web-based project monitoring portal for military engineering services, and the portal has been developed by Bhaskaracharya National Institute for Space Applications and Geoinformatics, and it will enable real-time monitoring of projects along the process. So all the stakeholders not only form MES, that is Military Engineering Service, but also the armed forces can gain access to the project information. Also recently, India has hosted the 8th BIMSTEC Agriculture Experts Meeting in virtual format, and the Investor Summit has been organized by Gujarat government in collaboration with Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. And what was the venue of 5th World Conference of Speakers of Parliament? It was Vienna. Also there was this 13th BRICS Summit that was recently hosted by India. Already I have told you that this year BRICS presidency is with India and G20 presidency is with Italy. Okay. Question number 7. Fadaiyan Harime Vilayat is the nationwide defense drills conducted by which country? This term you can call it as Defenders of Vilayat Sanctuary. So the Air Force of Iran is set to conduct a large-scale nationwide drills named as Defenders of Vilayat Sanctuary, and this is the 10th edition of the drills, and it will be held in 5 air bases across the country. And as per the Iran's Army Air Force commander, all kinds of indigenous and upgraded systems, heavy and semi-heavy smart bombs, all kinds of laser guided and radar evading missiles will be used during the drills. Okay. Apart from it, Zaid Talwar is a military exercise that was held between India and UAE. Also, there is Al Muhaid Al Hindi exercise, and it was between India and Saudi Arabia. Question number 8. Which country hosted the 2nd United Nations Global Sustainable Transport Conference in 2021? So China played host to this event, and the conference concluded with the Beijing Statement, which called for adopting integrated, interdisciplinary and cross-sectoral approaches supported by greater international cooperation. Okay, so China's President Xi Jinping committed to establish a global innovation and knowledge center for sustainable transport as a contribution to the global transport development. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that as per the media reports, China's military has conducted 2 hypersonic weapon tests using FOBS, that is Fractional Orbital Bombardment System, to launch a hypersonic glide vehicle that is capable of carrying the nuclear weapons. Also last month, China has developed a prototype miniature helicopter for surveillance work on a future Mars mission. Then apart from all these things, the national legislation of China has formally endorsed the 3-child policy last month that was mooted by the ruling Communist Party. But now the Chinese couples are allowed to have 3 children to address the steep decline in the birth rates due to the earlier policy. Also, the Supreme Court of China has recently announced that overtime practice of 996, that is from 9 am to 9 pm, all the 6 days, is illegal. Okay. Question number 9. When is the Police Commemoration Day observed every year in India? So this day is observed every year in India on 21st of October, and the day is observed in memory of 10 police personnel who died at hot springs in Ladakh while fighting the Chinese troops in the year 1959. So the police forces across the country paid tribute to 377 martyrs from the police and Central Armed Police Force from last year, and also they paid tribute to the warriors who lost their lives during the times of COVID-19 pandemic. Now apart from it, every year 5th of October is celebrated as World Teachers Day by UNESCO, and this was introduced in 1994 to recognize the teachers' contribution to shape the world. And the theme for this year was Teachers at the Heart of Education Recovery. So this theme basically stresses the support which is required to make educational recovery from COVID-19 disruptions. Then we celebrate National Voluntary Blood Donation Day on 1st of October. And the aim is to raise awareness about blood donation and promote voluntary blood donation in the country. And the theme for this year is Give Blood and Keep the World Beating. Okay. And recently the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has observed 5th of October to 10th of October as Mental Health Awareness Campaign Week. And this week is observed to raise awareness about mental health issues and mobilize support in this regard. And we celebrate World Mental Health Day on 10th of October. Now you have to tell me, when do we observe World Habitat Day? Please write in the comment section. Now coming to last question, which famous personality has announced to launch a new social media network called Truth Social? So the former US President Donald Trump has recently announced plans to launch a new social media network called as Truth Social. Though he was active in social media, Mr. Trump was banned from Twitter and suspended from Facebook after his supporters stormed the US Capitol. Also last year, Twitter and Facebook even started deleting some of his posts or labeled them as. Now apart from it, Cumbre Vieja is an active volcanic ridge that is located in Spain's La Palma Island, which is a part of Canary Islands. So recently, as the volcano started erupting, a total of around 7,500 people have been forced to be evacuated. And as per the scientists, the eruption could continue for 3 months, and the molten rock has already covered more than 866 hectares. And obviously the economy of La Palma is largely based on tourism and banana plantations, so it would be impacted severely. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.